Hello, in this video I'm going to show the security tricks on Motorola ThinkPhone 25. Okay, so first let's open up the settings. Let's scroll down until we find the security and privacy. Let's tap on that first. And you can see that we have a first notification that tells us that we should set the screen lock. You know, that's like the key level and the most important part of our security level. So let's set it up. Currently I have non-screen lock, but we also have the pattern pin or the password. Don't even look at the swipe because you can see down below that it provides no security. In my case I'll show you the pattern. You can see that we have those 9 dots on the screen, and to create a pattern we need to connect at least 4 of them. So simply create your pattern. If you would like to try again, simply click on clear. If you want to save, click on next, and now redraw it to confirm. Just like that, pretty easy thing. Then click on done, and now our screen lock has been set. Also, we can go again into device unlock, because also we have the face unlock and the fingerprint unlock. And let me show you the fingerprint. It is also really useful to set it up. First type your screen lock to confirm, and now click on setup. Click on get it, and now in here on the bottom edge we have this sensor. Now all we need to do is to simply place our finger on it, and when we feel a vibration we need to lift up the finger, just like that. You can see that we have a bar in here in the middle, and we need to repeat that process until it gets to the opposite edge. Okay, actually it's a square, so we need to fulfill it. Remember that your finger should be clean, same thing with your screen, so everything will be registered properly. Okay, fingerprint added. If you want, you can add another one. In my case I'll click on done because I don't want more of them. And now let me show you how it works. Let's begin with the normal screen lock with the pattern. Slide to the upside, draw a pattern, boom, the phone gets unlocked. Pretty easy thing. Now let's try with the fingerprint. Place your finger on that sensor, boom, and the phone also unlocks. Pretty easy thing. If you want to set the face, simply tap on that and follow the instruction on the screen. Next thing, we have the app security. Let's tap on that. And let's perform a Google Play Protect scan. Currently it says that no harmful apps has been found, but let's click on manually on the scan button just to make sure. Okay, everything is fine. It's always good to check from time to time, is everything okay? If something will be wrong, simply follow the instruction on the screen and I'm sure that you will solve your problem. Now let's close that, let's get back. Now, the account security, and let's click first on Google Security Checkup. Just like that. In here, if something would be wrong, you would see a notification. In my case, everything is fine. Now, the password checkup. In here, basically, you can see, do you have some compromised passwords? Are your passwords unique? And are your passwords strong? I think that I don't need to tell you that you should keep your passwords strong. They should be unique. Don't use the same password for everything, because there's a huge chance that if someone will break your password, he might want to try to use it on other things. For example, he might want to log into your Gmail, your social media accounts, your bank account, so you should avoid that situations. And of course avoid passwords such as ABCD 12345, because even a child could break that kind of a password. Let's get back. Now let's go into device finders, and we have something called the Find Hub. Let's tap on that, make sure that allow device to be located feature is enabled. And now down below we also have the remote lock. That is also really useful thing. Thanks to that we can remotely lock the screen of our device when it gets lost or stolen, so no one will get our data. You need to enable it right in here. Also verify yourself, but you need to have your SIM card inserted or eSIM activated. In my case I don't have it, so it says that I need to insert it, but don't worry. If you are day-to-day user of this device, I'm sure that you have your SIM card inserted. Now, how it works. On any device, go to android.com/log, enter your device phone number to lock its screen, no sign in or Google account needed. So it's really cool thing. Worth enabling. Now, when it comes to the Find Hub, we have two ways how to use it. We have the app and also the web. Let me show you with the web. Basically, when this device gets stolen, we need to do the things that I'm currently showing you on any other device, or for example on PC. And very important thing, you need to log in into the same Google account on which you were logged in on your lost or stolen Motorola. Now, thanks to that, as you can see, we have our Motorola right in here. If you tap on that, currently I cannot remotely lock it because I'm using this device. But for example, I'll show you that on the Galaxy tab. You will have something like that. You can secure your device. Simply, you can lock your screen remotely, or even perform a factory reset. You'll have the same options on your if you select your Motorola on any other device. So that's pretty cool thing, worth using. Make sure that this feature is enabled. Okay, let's get back. Now, system and updates, and let's click on security update. It's always good to use the latest version of your software. As you can see, in my case, it's being updated. But for now, I will skip that because I have other things to show you. If you have possibility to download the update, you should do this ASAP. Same thing with the Google Play system update. I have possibility to download the update. I won't do it right now, of course, because I want to show you other stuff, but you should do this ASAP. And also, after the downloading process, you might have to restart your device to complete the update. And the last thing in here is the backup of the data. It is one of my favorite things. I always have a backup of my data on all of my devices. And let's create a one on the Motorola. It is really useful because let's say that again our device gets lost or stolen. We know that we probably won't get it back, and thanks to the backup we can still restore our data, our photos, our contacts, all of our apps on any other device thanks to the backup. In this case, this backup is created on our Google account in the cloud of it, so you need to remember into which Google account you are logged into. You can check it in the settings. Actually, I'll show you that right in here. And if you want to restart that backup in the future, you'll need to be logged in into the same Google account on which you made the backup. But first, let's turn it on. Select those two things and click on confirm. Okay, now we have backup details down below. Click on photos and videos first. Make sure that they are enabled. And same thing with other device data. Make sure it's enabled. Oh, and in here we can see the Google account that we are currently logged into. On that account, our backup will be saved and stored. Also, make sure that you have some free space right in here. And now, click on Backup Now button. Now I also need to confirm by drawing my lock screen. The process will start. In here, a small circle should appear at any second. Okay, here it is. It's going to slowly fulfill. I hope that you can see that. Basically, when it disappears, it means that our backup has been successfully created. It's going to take a little bit, so I'll see you once it's done. Okay, you can see on the other device data right now that the backup has been successfully created. It says 0 minutes ago, so that means that everything went successfully. Now we can go back. That's all on the system and updates. And now, let's get back. On our Motorola, we also have an inbuilt security center. Find the Moto folder. It should be created automatically, and find Moto Secure. Tap on that. Click on Get Started. And now, we can scan for the threats on our device, so let's perform that. Click on Scan Now. It's going to look for potential threats. It's always good to do it from time to time. Alright, it says it's very good. So, everything is fine. And we also have suggestions about secure folder and the auto lock. I'll show you that in a second. In here, yeah, actually, let's go straight into a secure folder. Let's tap on that. We can click on allow to send us notifications, click on continue, simply go through. Okay, we need to log in into our Google account to create it. Alright, let's wait a little bit. Okay, now we need to choose a lock for our secure folder. Again, we have pattern, pin, or the password. And once again, I will select the pattern. I'm also going to use the same as I had on my lock screen, but you should select a different one. I'm just showing you how to do it. Click on confirm to save it. Oh, okay, actually we need to set a different one. Wait, what's going on? Okay, now we can also set the fingerprint. We can enable it to use it as an unlock method. And now in here, if you want, you can click on the plus button, and in here you can add your files and also the apps to keep in your secure folder. A pretty cool thing. It can prevent unwanted people from getting access into your data. And now let's go with the auto lock. Automatically lock your phone when you move away from a trusted location, device, or Wi-Fi network. Pretty cool thing. Click on explore, and in here you can add the trusted places, trusted devices, and trusted networks. I'm wondering if there's something more that I would like to tell you and show you, but I think that's basically all. The last thing is, I would tell you that you should avoid downloading things away from the Play Store. I mean, you shouldn't download things, for example, from the browser, because there's a chance that you might accidentally download a virus. So always check what you are actually downloading. And if you want, you can download some third-party antivirus apps from the Play Store. Simply open it up, type antivirus, you'll have a whole list of apps that you can download. But remember that before downloading anything, it's always good to simply see the reviews about that app. But in my personal opinion, the inbuilt virus scanner that is provided by the Moto Secure is completely enough, and it works pretty okay. Alright, and that's all in this video. Thank you all for watching. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe.